Hello there, welcome back to Beauty Bee and to what is probably going to be my fastest ever update for my Project 100 uses. I believe this is the 14-month update. I could be wrong on that. But we're going to use the same style that we did last month, which is where I'm going to go through my Hall of Fame, which are the products that I have gotten to milestone usage marks, so 20, 50, or 100 uses. 100, of course, being the titular goal of this entire project. And then I also have a Hall of Shame, which are those things that I didn't use even once in the past month. So I think in each category we're going to start with the Hall of Shame first. And let's go with lips first, because then things can get progressively better. So I have 3 products in my Hall of Shame this month in my lip category, and I'm actually really not happy about any of these 3. These are all surprising to me. First up, we have my Melt Rebound liquid lipstick. I don't know why I haven't used this month. This is absolutely the time of year where I would expect to get my most usage out of this. This is a little bit deeper than I think it comes off in the tube, at least when I apply it full on. But the formula on this isn't great, which I think definitely contributes to me not using it. So, yeah, bummer, but haven't been using that. Another one that I don't know why I haven't been using is Kiss Me Coral. This is a very orangey lipstick. I really could have worn this today. It's so pretty. I like it a lot. I've apparently only used this 20 times since I started counting in this project, which it's not great. That's been 14 months, so I'm wearing it like 1.5 times a month. That's kind of pathetic, actually. But it's super pretty. I really enjoy it when I do wear it, and I need to make a point in this next month of actually using this lipstick. Possibly a contributing factor to me not using these 2 lip liners is that I didn't use Kiss Me Coral. Kiss Me Coral is one of the 2 lipsticks that I have that really does go with this Kiko lip liner in 05. This has a name. I want to say it's like Ring of Fire, but couldn't tell you for sure. I have 2 of these liners. I just count them together. I don't know why, mostly just so I don't have to keep track of 2 different numbers. But I didn't use either of them in the past month. That is not at all surprising for this red. I have another red lip liner open, and this is actually, it's not sealed, but I've only applied it once just to make sure that it was all good, and I'm trying to use up my e.l.f. red liner before I open this one. This one is shameful, hence they deserve their spot in the Hall of Shame. I think I lied. There were actually 4 products in my Hall of Shame for lip products this month, and I think I know why the other one is in there, because I have no idea where it is. This is my Sephora Marvelous Mauve cream lip stain, and I know that I've had this out for a video within the last week or 2, but I don't know where it went. So I'm gonna need to check the usual suspects. I guess not my purse, because I wouldn't have used it this month. Other drawers where things belong, the bathroom. We'll see. Maybe I'll find it, and maybe I'll have one less lip product. And I really don't care a whole lot about that lipstick one way or the other, so I guess I'll consider it a success either way. So now let's move on to the Hall of Fame. So for another group of products that I just count as one, we have these NARS oil-infused lip tints. I believe is what these are called. I have 3 of these actually. One of them, which is a nude that's more of a creamy formula than these two, has just taken up residence in my purse. It is my favorite thing to take with me on the go, so it's just gonna stay in there, and we can talk about these other ones, because once it finds its way out of my purse, it'll take a while before it finds its way back in. I don't know why, but I just can't take things out and then remember to put them back in right away. So the 2 shades that I have here are Disco Infernal, which is this purple, and High Security, which is a hot pink. Now both of these are very, very sheer. They just give the smallest tint of pink or purple to the lips. And I've used, especially these 2, pretty interchangeably. The nude has just a little bit more color, which is why I actually do tend to prefer that one. But they're both nice. I like them a lot. And I got them up to 20 uses over the course of this month. And then finally, my biggest success story for this month, at least in the lip category, is my Sassy Mauve Super Lustrous Lipstick from Revlon. I got this up to 53 uses, which is fantastic. I'm actually trying to not quite pan this, but sort of set myself up to pan this next year. So it's good to hear that I am actually consistently using this. This has been sitting next to my computer for much of the past month, and I think that has allowed me to get some more use out of it, because even if it's not what I'm wearing through most of the day, if I realize, oh shoot, I have a Zoom meeting in 3 minutes and my lipstick has completely worn away from the inside of my lip, instead of wasting my time going to the other room and fixing my lipstick when I should be doing anything last minute that I actually need to do to get ready for my meeting, I just throw this on. This goes with pretty much everything I wear. On me, this is sort of a pinky nude. Pretty easy to wear for every day. Let's switch gears now and talk about eyeshadow. I only have one item in my eyeshadow Hall of Shame, and I know exactly why it's in here. It is from e.l.f. and it is their bite-sized eyeshadow palette. As you can probably tell, this is not actually a palette anymore. I depotted 2 of the shades, I finished 1, and then I decluttered 1. So we're down from 4 shades to 2, which didn't help my goal of using this. Additionally, I did a really poor job of depotting these shades. They look awful. These shadows have seen some stuff, man. They are not okay. And I think that's probably part of why I haven't been using them. It's just, they're not pretty anymore. And I know that's shallow, but yeah, I mean, using my makeup is one area in life where I'm okay with being shallow. It's all good. So I have 2 products that I've gotten up to 20 uses. The first is from Tarte. This is just a single shadow. I only own 1 shadow from Tarte, and this is, I believe, the shade Pinup. And it is a white with a gold shift to it. It has a sort of a pearlescent shine. It's really, really pretty. I use this on my brow bone a lot, and I used this, I think, 15 days in the past month. I want to say that I went from like 12 uses to 27 uses. I don't actually have my list sitting in front of me, but I used this so much the last month. And I'm really happy about that because it is a beautiful, beautiful shade. I think that it goes with a huge variety of different looks, and I like this both as a brow bone highlight, which like I said, is how I usually wear it. Sometimes I'll put it in my inner corner, but the way that I've tried this over the past month that I've been really enjoying is using it as a highlighter on my cheekbones. This is better highlight for me than anything else that I have that pulls even slightly gold. So really been enjoying that. This is becoming one of those things that I could see myself repurchasing if I finished it. That's so far in the future that we don't need to worry about it, but I mean, just stressing, that's how much I enjoy that shadow. What is my hair doing? Goodness. Okay. Another product that I got up to 20 uses is my Profusion Emeralds palette. This fell victim to the same spurt of depotting and repressing that the e.l.f. Bite Size quad did. And I did an equally bad job with that, which I can tell because a little chunk just fell out of this olive green shade. I believe this is the shade Fern. Anyway, I got this up to I think 23 uses. I want to say I used this like 6 or 7 times in the past month. Probably the single shade that has gotten the most use, well I guess there's 2, was probably Monumental, which is this shimmery teal. This was in my Pandas eyeshadows for the past 2 months, and I got it to 10 uses, so spoiler for my Pandas eyeshadows, but that'll be rolling out. Additionally, I've gotten quite a bit of use on this really green gold shade. I don't remember what this one is called, and really it doesn't matter. It's the lightest shade in the palette, and I think that this makes a beautiful inner corner highlight. I've been using it as a lid shade quite often. I have a green in my NYX Ultimate Utopia palette that I am trying to hit pan on, and I've worn this over that a few times just as basically a 2 shadow look. I think that looks really pretty. I also think that this is just a super fun shade to use in place of sort of a regular gold, because especially this time of year, I just feel like this pulls a little bit more Halloween than either a true gold or yellow gold or something more bronzy. Really, really been enjoying that. And bonus, all the things that I have talked about so far fit into this little palette. So I don't need to have my loose eyeshadows sitting on my dresser. We appreciate that. And I did get one item up to 50 uses this month, and that is my e.l.f. 70 Feels palette. This is a 6-pan palette. It is really a lovely set of shades. They're all shimmery though, which I think is probably part of why it's taken me so long to get this up to 50 uses. I only used it twice in the past month, but 2 times was all I needed to get to 50, so I guess that's fine. And I think that this would be a good candidate for depotting and or repressing. There are definitely shades in here that I don't have anywhere else in my collection. I'm thinking especially this blue. I actually think that this red brown is somewhat unique to my collection as well, perhaps surprisingly. And so is this turquoise shade. I think that this would be a good thing for me to depot. I feel like if I could mix it in with other shadows in a really tangible way, it would get me to use it more often. So that wasn't really what I was planning on talking about with this palette in this video, but I think that needs to happen. So I guess I will see what works out and maybe keep an eye out for a video on depotting and or repressing. I bet that'll be coming. Now let's move on to face products. I am ashamed. I have my Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek Tint in work. I feel like this might have been in my Hall of Shame last month too, but I didn't use it again. Surely did not. Yeah. It's pretty. Not my favorite, but pretty. I just have so much powder blush right now that I feel like I haven't even thought to reach for my creams. I mean, I could have worn this again today, but I'm wearing some e.l.f. blush, I'm wearing some Physicians Formula blush. Yeah. I just haven't been good about using my cream products. I want to say that my other two cream or liquid blushes were also sitting at like 1 or 2 uses each. So I need to use this in the next month. I must use it. Use it or lose it at this point. This is the exact time of year that I should be getting a bunch of use out of that shade, and I just need to do it. Or it needs to go. Either one. And then a shade that I'm actually surprised that I didn't get any use on is from Tarte. This is Quirky. It's one of their Amazonian clay blushes, which is a beautiful, beautiful blush formula. These are super long lasting. I find that with a lot of blushes, especially if I'm filming in the evening, I want to touch them up. These I don't need to. It's pretty amazing, actually. This is a little bit of a brighter shade than I'd had previously. This is a coral. It doesn't surprise me that I don't get quite as much use out of it as I would have out of Harmony, which was the blush in this formula that I originally had in this project. But yeah, it is, again, it's super, super pretty. This had kind of worked its way to the back of a drawer, and I actually had to kind of mess with the drawer a little bit to get it out. So I guess it's not that surprising that this didn't get any use, because it would have been really hard to get out. I really couldn't see it. But yeah, it didn't get any use. I will make sure to get use on it in the next month though, because I really do like this blush. Okay, now let's move to the happier side of things. I did get The Balm Girls Trip trio up to 20 uses. This is a beautiful little trio of face products. I see this as a bronzer, sort of a blushy bronzer, and then a blush. Usually if I use either of these two shades, I will mix it in with the lighter shade. I find that I can make the blush work. I can make the true blush shade work by itself. I can't quite swing the full-on bronzer by itself. But I don't know why I'm swatching in this video. I don't usually swatch in these updates, and I just said that I wanted this to be a pretty fast update, but I don't know. I guess that's not what I'm feeling today. Now those are all quite light swatches. I could definitely build those up a lot more, but I really enjoy this palette. I love how earth-toned everything is, and I think it's beautiful how well these blend in with one another, how well they mix, and they're just... I have a major soft spot in my heart for the Balm. I feel like we've talked about this in the past, but I really like pretty much all of their products that I've tried, and I also just think that their packaging is really cute. Okay, so the biggest and most exciting update of this entire video is I got something to 100 uses. This is my Physicians Formula All-Star Face Palette, and it is amazing how practically unused this looks for the fact that it has been used 100 times. I mean, look at that. Obviously, I didn't use this shade up completely. This was quite an orangey bronzer. It was also just a little bit deep for me, so I just got rid of it. Yeah. There is incredibly little usage showing on pretty much all of these products. I think you can see some use on the two highlighters. There was a little bit of an overspray on the blush that's worn away. Yeah. It's amazing how slowly a face palette can go and how long they will last you. But I'm really, really happy that I've gotten this to 100 uses. I think I got this maybe last December or November. So I've been getting good use out of it. I've been getting really consistent use out of it. And I'm overall pretty happy with this. Sometimes the scent bothers me a little bit. I think it is a pleasant scent, but sometimes it's just a little much. I don't mind scented makeup, but I don't know. I don't want to smell it unless I'm trying to. And this I can smell without trying to. But it's to 100 uses. That means that not only do I get to roll this out of the project, but I get to add another item to my 100 club, which is always super, super exciting. And I think that I am pretty well set up to have at least one product in the 100 club, or join the 100 club next month too. So that will be very exciting. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video and that you'll consider liking and subscribing if you did. I will link my playlist of other updates up in the card in case you are interested. And with that, I hope that I will see you in the next one. Bye!